edition of our Amplified Life. And you guys, if you work with Amy and I, know that we are very passionate about our Heart of Cabi Foundation. And we wanted to just really talk today about all of the different ways that our foundation is able to just pay it forward for generations to come. And we're doing that in 3 ways. So we do that through restoration, vocation, and education. And I get to talk to you about the restoration piece of that. Now, you can see I am wearing this fantastic white and pink striped Serenity tee. This is in our much loved silhouette. It's buttery soft, and we've not ever had a striped Serenity tee, so it's kind of really exciting. Plus, it is our Heart of Cabi piece this season. So every time you purchase this top, a portion of those proceeds go to aid women that have got vulnerable life circumstances happening in their life. So it can be natural disaster, it could be maybe drug addiction, it could be homelessness. It runs the gamut, but know that with the purchase of this beautiful piece that you're going to want to live in 24/7, those funds go to help those women. Amy, I know you've got some interesting things to share with us as well.
Well, and I love that you mentioned vulnerable life circumstances because it covers so much. I'm actually going to one of our Love Local events on Saturday at our local battered women's shelter. So really is such a truly beautiful thing when you purchase these pieces. Okay, I'm going to cover the vocation part, and it is near and dear to me personally because my cabi business in particular has allowed the flexibility and freedom that I needed to feel like I could actually be a mom and also provide income to our family. But not only that, it was right after Rebecca and I started. It was my second time around, but Rebecca and I started about the same season. Cabi started a We Are Cabi program, and that is where we as Cabi women partner with women across the world in different countries and partner with them as sister entrepreneurs. And it is called We Are Cabi. And so when we start our own cabi business, we get to partner with a sister entrepreneur around the world, and we get a bio on her. And Rebecca and I had to earn this because the program had started after we were already stylists. So it was even more, I think, beautiful for me at the time because everybody was getting this sister entrepreneur and I didn't have one. And so I really, really wanted to start a business for a beautiful woman across the way. Now, the reason that this is important, I just want to give you a little backstory to it, is a lot of these third world countries where these women have their little, sometimes it's a banana stand, sometimes they weave hats and baskets, but they have their own communities. So almost like the cabi community, they have their own communities and they are responsible to help each other pay back their business loans. So we fund business loans for them to start their businesses, and then they can start earning money, they start paying these loans back, and it just honestly is a domino effect of success for them. So there's a couple different ways that you really, really help us impact women's lives, not only domestically through the restoration, but also abroad through vocation. And Rebecca is now going to talk to you about our third wheel of our foundation, education.
Yeah, and really this all came about because as we were watching and mentoring those women around the globe build businesses and create different lifestyles for their families and really pull themselves up out of poverty, what we identified as a need was this education piece, because when there's not enough money for everybody to go to school, the boys get to go to school. And so and a lot of times none of the family may get to go to school. And we just really saw that this was going to be the next step to really empower those women to make a huge difference in their family. So when you hear us talk about the Make a Change program, that is what those dollars go to. So every time you round up your order to the nearest dollar, the change goes directly, all of those proceeds go to schools that we have in Rwanda. And to date, we have educated just under 22,000 kids from those dollars that it feels like maybe 2 cents, 18 cents, 93 cents, however many cents it is, may not make a huge difference. But let me tell you, cumulatively, it makes a huge difference, and you allow us to do that. So we are just so very, very thankful for your generosity. And I know I have many clients that say, you know, I'd really like to round up more. Could I? And yes, you absolutely can. So know that that's available for you, and that we appreciate that so very much. And you are making a difference.
I like to think about that change and the impact it makes. Just even when we feel when gas prices go up $1, it may not seem like that much if you're just talking about $1, but the impact over time can be great. So if we're rounding that 5 cents, 10 cents, and 2,500 stylists and all of their clients are doing that, we know that Cabi doesn't keep a dime of it. And we have partnered with Operation International, a world-renowned company that actually goes in and helps companies contribute. So I just want to recap really quick with some of the numbers, and I'm going to look at my lookbook. For those of you that are my clients, each season I ear tag the Heart of Cabi so that you have a quick look. But if you get our notions, lookbooks, and even on our websites, you can dive in and see videos and all kinds of really cool things that Cabi has put together to educate you about the good that you're doing when you shop with Cabi. So to date, since Hurricane Katrina, because that's really when they honed in on where our foundation was needed, we have donated over $65 million of clothing and monetary funds through the restoration part. So that is when you buy the Serenity Tea or whatever Heart of Cabi piece gets picked, that's where that money goes. We have done, this is before this season, so keep in mind these numbers will be changing, but we had done over 315 giving events. Again, I'm going to mine in 2 days. I don't know when you guys will be watching this, but it's 2 days from where I'm going. We've done over 18,945 small business loans, and those women have to pay those back. And then that money that is paid back turns into 5 more business loans. So just Cabi's impact alone is just crazy. And then, as Rebecca said, we're just over 21,000 students, and we've also impacted over 62 countries. So many hands make light work. I also want to bring one thing into this that is not part of the Heart of Cabi, but I think it's an important note. You'll notice since last season, Cabi started doing a redo collection, and the idea of that was to be very responsible with leftover fabrications and the money spent to keep the costs down for you guys. And so each season they're taking that leftover fabric and creating brand new silhouettes, and these are very, very limited. They have to use up those fabrics, and it's their way of being responsible also here in the US. So many times when we see fast fashion companies or other things, I call it rack to trash. You're buying these things at a discount, and generally they wash and wear weird. It's not investment wear, and they end up in the dump yards, and that's where you see a lot of child labor and different things. So I think it's really important for you to understand that Cabi is a fair wage company. We have people in our warehouses, home and abroad, that regulate everything, that make sure the standards are clean. And you can see it just in the tailoring and the detail. that cabi puts in our garments. And they always, even with inflation, they have been very, very minimal on the impact on us as stylists and clients. And we just hope that you feel loved by cabi because you're also giving back. And I think anytime we can be others focused, it's just a beautiful partnership. Rebecca, is there anything else you want to say before we close this out?
Just again, to reiterate how grateful we are for your partnership. If you're a client of ours today and you have just supported this foundation in any way, we are so grateful, because we would not be able to make the impact that we have without you. So this is because of you.
Okay, so my last thing to say, you guys watch Rebecca and I week after week, and this has been a partnership that is not required, like as far as Zooming and the YouTube, that is not required amongst stylists. It's something that we have organically created, and we love it being an olive branch of our business. But if you watch us in our shows, if you kind of have this feeling that you would love to do this, or maybe the philanthropy part is really important to you and you've never really known how to give back, or maybe you're thinking of somebody that this niche would really work for, let us know, because Rebecca and I are in this for the long run. We're not in this to sign somebody up that's not set up for success. And cabi doesn't set us up for failure either. That's one of the most beautiful parts of this business. Success is built into the business model. So if you know anybody that you think would be a great stylist, maybe it's you. If your heart's racing right now, you probably should reach out and ask us a question. Or just keep in mind, a small business loan is started to benefit somebody else when somebody starts their cabi business. So you're not out anything to ask us about it. You can always say no, and it might not be a great fit for us either, but a small business loan does not get started if the conversation doesn't start first. So with that being said, we thank you for your love and support. It is felt, your prayers, we pray for you, we love you, and we're just so glad that you're a part of our lives. We hope this brought new light to the foundation, little more than what we can talk to you about at our shows. So stay others focused and stay fashionable. We love you.